Yes, 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 you dirty, dirty little pirates. Hogwarts Legacy has officially been cracked. The latest version of Denuvo DRM by the goddess herself, Empress. She has cracked Hogwarts Legacy in the Denuvo DRM and made a hell of a statement in the NFO file on woke culture and the whole transphobic thing surrounding JK Rowling and Hogwarts Legacy and the entire seemingly LGBTQ community or TERF community or trans communities and all of that. So it's a bit of an interesting one, but Hogwarts Legacy is cracked, make no mistake about it, gentlemen. So let's get into it. But first, today's video is brought to you by SuperCDK.com, where you could save money on games for all of your favorite platforms, as well as software like Windows 10 Pro licenses for just $22, and then you can unlock the prestigious Dark Mode for Windows 10, which I honestly could not live without. It is blinding without the dark mode. You guys need it in your life. And now you can also save an additional 25% off at checkout by clicking Buy Now on any software products over there. Just go ahead and add it into your cart and put in my code JP25 at checkout and apply, and that'll bring our price from $22.44 all the way down to $16.83, a savings of over $5. And I'll walk you through how to get your key and install it on Windows 10. Go ahead and click Submit Order and complete your checkout from there. For me, that's going to be with PayPal, and then click on Pay Now. After completing the checkout, it'll bring you to your purchased order page, and it will update in a matter of seconds, or just go ahead and hit F5. Go ahead and do that one time. It came through literally immediately. I got the payment email that it had gone through and the delivery of the product exactly at the same time. Once you're done with that, go ahead and click on View Keys and Codes, and we'll get our code right here that we can go ahead and copy and paste in on Windows 10 by hitting the Start button and type in the word Activate. When you see that activation settings or see if Windows is activated, go ahead and click on that, and it'll bring up this right here, and click on Change Your Product Key or Unlock Windows 10. As I already have Windows 10, I obviously don't need to put in a new key, but just paste it in and then go ahead and click Next, and you are all done and set. For more information on SuperCDK.com as well as the coupon code, be sure to check out the links down in the description below. Now, this is not sponsored in any way, but if you want to ever check on games, if they're cracked or not, you can use something like Steamed Cracked Games or GameStatus.info. There's a bunch of sites and subreddits that'll keep track of which games have been cracked, like Returnal. That game didn't have any DRM. Atomic Heart, that was also cracked right away. That didn't have any DRM like Denuvo. But Hogwarts Legacy did have the latest form of Denuvo DRM, and that has now been cracked. As I said, it was done by the scene group Empress, or it could be multiple people. It could be one person. Usually I would think it's a group, but Empress is, as it says, Empress is traditionally referred to as a female hacker who works on these games as being against Denuvo DRM because it hinders the enjoyment of the game that is purchased by people, through legal means and purchasing it and supporting developers and all of that kind of stuff. But being that, most of these cracking groups are anti-DRM, they're against Denuvo, so as a result, they get cracked. But the latest form of Denuvo had not been cracked yet until Hogwarts Legacy. It sort of seems like every once in a while there's like one of these big games like Hogwarts Legacy that sort of lights a fire under their ass, and they're like, okay, people really want this game cracked, so let's really get in there and crack it. Because I remember, like with Red Dead Redemption 2, that was also a really big one that got cracked. So I think with a lot of everything behind Hogwarts Legacy, the popularity of the franchise and the politics of everything surrounding it, I really think it was only a matter of time before Empress went ahead and cracked this, or some scene group went ahead and cracked this. And I'll leave a link to an interesting article over on Nerd Stash, sort of explains a little bit about Empress and how she takes a stance against, the Denuvo DRM and all that kind of stuff, if you want to read a little bit more about it. Now, things get a little bit more interesting with this cracked release, as it usually with any cracked release, when you download it, it will come with an NFO file, which will include things like the source of the game, who cracked it, giving some credit to people through online handles, maybe installation instructions, some other requirements, system requirements, stuff like that. Fairly simple stuff. If it was a movie, it might include what resolution it was, or bit rate, or audio like bit rates and things along light language packs that are included, yada, yada, yada. But in this NFO release, we actually get a full-on like statement from Empress against the, the whole transphobic, media argument, and people basically, from my takeaway from reading it was, I'm not going to read the whole thing here. It sounds like Empress is much in support of JK Rowling, which is fine. That's her opinion. Two genders and all of that makes sense to me, honestly. But I'm not going to get too much into that here. The whole hate side and each side throwing hate at each other, I think is absolutely ridiculous. You can have your opinion one way or the other on the whole matter, but just throwing the hatred back and forth is really not too called for. But I also understand defending your beliefs, which is totally fine, which is what seems to be what Empress is doing here. And I'll like I said, I put the thing on the screen there. If you want to screenshot it, go back and read the whole thing, go ahead and do so. But some pretty fiery words, some pretty gnarly words that would probably get me demonetized here. So very interesting that Empress has used her platform to sort of get across her message, as that is her main platform, is cracking this game, and tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, maybe even in the low millions of potential PC gamers could be enjoying this game. I mean, each site that's seeding this right now, you're looking at tens of thousands of gamers at the very minimum. So a few 100,000 to 1 million people playing this game conceivably, and looking at their NFO file, not outside the realm of possibility. But let me know if you've been enjoying Hogwarts Legacy. DRM aside, it'll be interesting to see if maybe they go ahead and remove the DRM now that the game has been cracked, as there will be no need for it. And if that were to maybe fix some of the traversal stutters, which I don't think it will. I know a lot of people always want to just say, oh, any performance issues a game is having is de novo. 99 times out of 100, that is not the case. I've tested games that have had de novo and then had it removed, or things along those lines on multiple occasions. And in all of those cases, there was no effect on the performance. Now, I'm not saying that there can't be an overall effect that, with the developers and when they work on it, but it seems like when de novo gets lifted out of these games, it doesn't just magically get fixed. It seems like they would have to go in there and adjust things that were maybe adjusted as well before de novo was released, or put into the game that maybe did affect certain things on their end or on lower end systems, lower end hardware, and things of the like. But there you go. The game has been cracked. Let me know if you've been playing it or if you're just going to pirate it now. Well, if you're going to pirate it, don't put it in the comments, obviously. Please don't post any links either in the comments to where you can get it. I will not be posting any links to where you can get it. Use some common sense and some safe internet navigating, and I'm sure you won't be led too far astray. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you tomorrow for another video. Peace.